This is the Edge 50 Ultra. It brings some very good specs, a unique design, a nice camera setup and some AI features. I'll tell you all about it along with some quirks that I have with this phone, so stick till the end and let's get started.
Started out so small, we drank and then we talked.
First of all, this is probably the first time we are seeing an actual wooden back panel on a smartphone. I really like it and it's very well done. In fact, when I first unboxed this phone, it took me a while to actually set it up because I couldn't stop admiring the back panel. By the way, this is the Nordic wood variant. There are other two options as well in case you prefer vegan leather. The in-hand feel of the phone is pretty good even though it's not the lightest or the thinnest. The frame is aluminium with mic, power and volume buttons to the right, dual SIM slot, fast Type-C port and speakers at the bottom, and mic, speakers and Dolby Atmos branding at the top. It's also IP68 rated in case you were wondering, especially because of the wooden back. Now, when it comes to the display, it's a Pantone validated 1.5K 6.7-inch curved POLED panel with 144Hz refresh rate and 2800 nits of peak brightness. It's not an LTPO panel though, which would have been great, but otherwise it's a very good display. It's plenty bright, be it indoors or outdoors, works with wet fingers, and the in-display fingerprint scanner works well too. I also watched a couple of movies on it like the Godzilla -1, the colors looked very good and the Dolby Atmos tuned speakers were also pretty loud and clear, so no complaints there. Now there's one thing though, you do get HDR support on Amazon and YouTube, but it's not there in Netflix. We did ask Moto about it and they've assured that Netflix will also get HDR support with an update pretty soon. Apart from that, the haptics have also gotten better as I noticed them to be more pronounced while typing and even in the recent menu. There's one more thing that has gotten even better. It's the software. Yes, the Hello UI on the Edge 50 Ultra also got some cool new Moto AI features. First of all, with the AI Magic Canvas, you can generate images by typing any prompt, and this is pretty fun as well. Plus, you can share these images easily and even set them as your wallpaper. The RAM Boost 3.0 feature also got an AI auto option that learns from the usage pattern and automatically allocates more RAM when required. Other than that, you also get Smart Connect, where you can just swipe up any app like this on your phone to open it on your PC, and it starts streaming from where you left on your phone. And not just that, you can also control your phone from your laptop's keyboard and trackpad. Clipboard sharing works flawlessly. You can also lock your PC from the phone itself, which is again quite useful. Plus, you can also use your phone's camera as your webcam for those Zoom calls. By the way, there's this Smart Loop video feature that will capture 5 seconds of your video and it will keep playing in loop. Quite handy for meetings, online classes, briefings, you get the idea. Lastly, you can share files easily like this, plus you can connect to an external display, which is quite convenient. And yeah, you get the classic Moto gestures with lock screen customizations, and you're promised to get 3 OS updates with 4 years of security patches. As for the bloatware, there are only 3 apps pre-installed, along with ads in the weather app and in this widget here. Now let's talk about these cameras. The camera setup on this phone is also quite impressive. You get a 50 megapixel main camera with OIS, 50 megapixel ultra wide with autofocus, 64 megapixel periscope lens with 3x optical zoom, and lastly a 50 megapixel selfie camera with autofocus. I took a lot of photos from this phone and they almost always turn out very good, be it daytime or indoor lighting conditions. In nighttime though, there's color shift between the main camera and the ultra wide camera, and processing of the ultra wide lens is not as good as other lenses. Portrait shots also come out very well with good details and on-point colors. Plus, you can shoot portraits with multiple focal lengths, which is actually quite nice. The front camera also takes very good photos, as you can see here. In terms of videos, all 4 cameras can record 4K videos. The rear cameras can do 4K 60 and the front can do 4K 30. The video from the main sensor is pretty color accurate and stable. Plus, there were no focus hunting issues as well. Apart from that, you also get some useful camera features such as AI action mode, Adobe Scan integration and more. By the way, comment camera samples and I'll personally DM you all the camera samples. Just kidding guys, it's right there in the video description. All in all, the cameras on this phone are quite solid and don't disappoint you at all. Another thing that doesn't disappoint you is the performance, so let's talk about that. This phone is launching with just one variant, which is powered by the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 with 12GB of LPDDR5X RAM and 512GB of UFS 4.0 storage. Although we tested quite a few 8 Gen 3 phones this year, but this phone feels different. Here's why. In both AnTuTu and Geekbench, this phone performs as well as other 8s Gen 3 phones, but surprisingly, this runs way cooler, which is really good. However, in CPU throttling, it throttles more, and in 3D Mark also, the stability is quite less compared to other 8s Gen 3 phones. Now in gaming too, the Edge 50 Ultra runs cooler, which is really good. We played a lot of games on this phone, and these are the gameplay settings you get on BGMI, COD Mobile, Genshin Impact and COD Warzone. The gaming experience is quite smooth across all the games, but in BGMI, you don't get 90 FPS as of yet. And in Warzone, I was getting an FPS of around 60 throughout my gameplay. Other than benchmarks and gaming, this phone performs pretty good in day-to-day usage as well. The software is well optimized and I did not face any issues or slowdowns. The RAM management was also good, and although the camera app was slightly laggy early on, but after a day or two it got smoother. Apart from that, you get a 4500 mAh battery with 125 watt wired fast charging support and 50 watt wireless charging support. And yeah, you do get a 125 watt PD charger in the box that takes the phone from 12 to 100% in just 20 minutes. Now, when it comes to the battery life, I got around 5.5 hours from this phone, which isn't the best, but it can easily last your day with light to medium usage. Lastly, when it comes to the connectivity, you get Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.4, dual SIM support, 17 5G bands, VoNR support, NFC and a Type-C USB 3.1 Gen 2 port with DisplayPort 1.4. On the connectivity front, this phone is pretty loaded, but I would have been slightly happier if it had eSIM support as well. Now, coming to the pricing, the Edge 50 Ultra is launched at 59,999, but with bank discounts and launch offers, you can get it for 49,999. But do note that there's only a single variant of this phone. So what are your thoughts on the pricing of this phone? If you guys have any questions, ask us and we'll answer them. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.